Hi everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I am here making a card for my blog. I just figured it'd be easier to do a little video and also with my little write-up. It's our Team Challenge blog, and the theme for this blog was to do returning favorites. So something that got returned, a color that got returned that was your favorite, or close to your favorite, or wherever, that you were excited about. So I was very excited that the Lost Lagoon paper got returned. So I featured my card and stuff around the Lost Lagoon cardstock and ink and everything. So let's get started. The stamp set that we're going to be using is the Dainty Delights, and I love this little set. It's a really cute little set, and we're going to get using this. So I got to get out a block. Let's see. I forgot to get this out earlier. And we need this stamp. I haven't even put all this together yet. I was so excited that this stamp got carried over, because I had not really had a chance to use it at all. And then when I saw that it was being carried over, I was like, yes, I still have time. So, and then I need a little block for this one. So here we go. I'll set my card over here. All right, and then out of the dies, we need just this one right here. So we'll just set this stuff all off to the side. And then we need a couple of dies out of the rectangular die set. I want to double check these. Mine is such a mess here. I think... Yep, it was this one and this one. Okay, so let me measure them for you in case you just want to cut them into squares. So we'll set that off to the side. So this one is die that's 3 inches by 4.5. So that's 3 inches by 4.5. And then this one is 4 inches by 2 3/4, I'm gonna say, or yeah, or 2 1/4, right around there. So that's this one that we're going to be using. So those are the dies that we're going to use. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we have a base card that is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it in the middle at 4 1/4. We're going to give our paper a really good score because it's easier to work with once it's laying flat. Now we're going to take our Designer Series paper, and this paper is from the Hello Irresistible. It's an online sale that if you go on to my website at bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net, and if you go there, you can purchase this paper, and there's some other exclusive items that are just sold online. Okay, so now we're going to take this piece, and before we die cut it, we're going to set this one aside, and we're going to stamp it. So we're going to take the Smoky Slate, and I'm just stamping this in the Smoky Slate. Sometimes it's easier when it's a bigger stamp to take your stamp pad to the stamp rather than the other way around. Okay, and I'm going to stamp this down a little bit. Well, right about there. I'm probably going to cut some of it off, which is fine. Okay, there we go. And while I have the stamp pad open, I'm going to take, now this piece, I cut that piece as very vanilla, and this piece was 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then I have a piece that is 3 1/4 by 1 1/4 for my greeting. And I'm stamping that also in the smoky slate. And this says, thank you for your kindness. Okay, so we're done with that. So we can set this stuff aside and we're going to start doing some die cutting. So you need platform 1, platform 2, and platform 3. An extra platform there. We're going to get all our die cut stuff out. Okay. So we're going to do the two embossed ones, the dies, the square ones first. Let me get this in the camera better for you. There we go. We're going to put this one down. This just wants to wobble because it's warped a little. I think I'm going to flip this one over so it can go through the machine that way now. So this is using the smaller of the two frames. And I'm just going to put it down like this. I am going to use a little bit of tape. And I'm going to explain something. I'm going to put this on here. And I'm going to turn this. They recommend that when you put these through the machine, the rectangles and anything like straight edge, that you put them in at an angle so it helps with the warpness. Now, I explained that to the ladies at the class, but you know, sometimes that still happens. So I'm going to put both of these on here. Switch this one up a little bit, and I'm putting them in at an angle so that it doesn't warp them a whole lot. And that's why I'm using some tape, is because they are a little bit warped and I want to make sure that they you know, stay flat and don't get lost on me. So, and then we have to put our last platform 3 on this, and then get out whatever die cutting machine, Big Shot, whatever. I have an electric one due to some neck and shoulder issues, so I'm going to run this through, but you would just run yours right through your Big Shot, just the same thing as I did. Okay, I'm going to take these off, make sure everything cut. Yeah. And that's what I mean, that a little bit of this will cut off at the end. So that's where it cut off, but that's okay. So we're going to set that aside and throw this stuff away. And then we'll get this one. Make sure, yep. And then we'll have that one. Okay. So we're done with these. So now we have one more thing to die cut, and it is this leaf. I'm just going to set that on the same platform 1, 2, 3, and 3, and you're going to run it through your Big Shot machine. Okay. And then we have this really pretty, delicate leaf. It's so gorgeous. Yes. All right. And then we'll set that aside, and we don't need this. And we'll set all this stuff off to the side because we're done with our die cutting now. Okay. So now we're going to bring in this piece here, and we're going to do some coloring on it. I'm going to try to zoom in so you guys can see what I'm coloring, because it is quite a ways away. And I'll try to keep it in the camera the whole time. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then we'll finish putting the card together. I'm going to take and I'm going to cut with a pair of scissors. I end up cutting this right about here, right straight across. So this piece can go down here. Just adds a little bit to the card. And then I take this one and I kind of trim off this part. I go like right along the leaf line, like that. There we go. So it looks just like a leaf there instead of that other little piece that was hanging on. So we don't need that piece, so we can throw that away. And then I'm going to add this one to this side of the card over here. Okay, so we will do that here. Just get some glue, use a pair of tweezers, bring in your mat, your silicone mat, in case you get too much glue on the backs of this. You can dab it off, like right there. So now what I did was I took stamping dimensionals. I think I have some big ones in here. Yep. And I can get this out of the way for a minute. And I put dimensionals on the back of the and then bring in our base card back in. And we're going to put this one right here in the center, just like so. Okay. Then we're going to take our stamped image and we're going to fussy cut around, you know. Okay. And then we're going to add this right down here along the bottom, just with some snail adhesive. Just like so. And then the last thing I did was I took some, these are retired, but I've got some to use up. They're the red and green adhesive black pearls. If you still have some, use some. If you don't have these and you have some regular pearls, just take your Lost Lagoon marker and color them. And let them sit for a few minutes, and then you will have some of these to put on your card. This is just a green and red that they had out at Christmas time, and I have this little bit left, so I'm going to try and use them up. Okay. And so that is the card that I made for my blog hop. And if you want to see what other people have done, there's links above in the tutorial. Go click on them and see what color they picked or thing that they decided to do. And leave a comment. Like, if you'd like to subscribe to my newsletter, I'd appreciate that. There's a link at the top of the blog pop page here. And yeah, I would really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Bye-bye.